do better than that. You do better than that. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Friends and family. I am Stephen Valentine. I am one half of Rock the Mic. My partner right here, Miss L.Michele. So this is our culmination showcase based off of our Finding Your Voice workshop, our first ever workshop that we are doing here at the Center for Spiritual Learning. And we just wanted to have a culmination where we get to see our participants in action, where we can take what we got from the page and put it to the stage. That's our overall goal. So we went through things like writing prompts, we went through things like performance skills, alliteration, spoken word, all types of things. These are free workshops. So I'm really excited. I'm happy you guys got to come out and see us. We love the support, and hopefully we continue to do these workshops for the community. Hopefully we'll see some more people out here to get on the stage. We also have some beautiful features with us tonight, our personal friends that we'll get to introduce later. These are professional poets that have come out here to share their craft, just like you all have. So hopefully, I know that you will enjoy it. So I want to first bring up Miss L.Michele, who will be reading a poem for one of our lovely friends who could not be here, unfortunately, tonight. And she'll be reading for her in her place. So give her a round of applause for Miss L.Michele.
Right, how are we doing this evening? Our seasoned poets and our crunchy vegetables. I haven't gotten steamed yet, so our crunchy vegetable poets. So I'm going to read this piece by Miss Yvonne, who's in our group. She couldn't make it due to a series of fortunate events, but I'm going to share her poem. One of the writing prompts that we had given was where you're from, to write a poem about her. It was cool. You guys enjoyed it. So this is her poem, where she is from. It is called I Am From Ghost Town. Ghost Town is where all happenings take place. Everyone enjoys the fullness of life. Ghost Town is the area in the Caribbean called From the Streets, where one meets and chills and gets irate. In Ghost Town, there are an abundance of abandoned buildings where quite a number of ragamuffins and back-of-wall folks reside. Here, Ghost Town, the ragamuffins, back-of-walls hang out, rapping their lyrics, creating their own ragabeat, smoking ganja with a spliff in one ear, enjoying the sweet sounds of their special music, reminiscing, some silly family photographs and rapping ghost stories of the past. My family, Pentecostal Christians, is a blend of all cultures. We adore and see the good in all cultures and everyone. My mom, Maggie Blossom was her name. She fits in all categories. One might say she's a cosmopolitan attitude towards people. She believes we all have the right to be ourselves. Have fun, be happy, stay healthy. In the Ghost Town area, my mom was often referred to as the bush doctor. She always had the correct remedies for all illnesses. People from all districts visit Maggie Blossom for medical help. Maggie Blossom was considered the most influential person in our district at the time. Lastly, Maggie Blossom is well known for her most flavorful curry goat and rice with peas. Ghost Town is where I'm from. So she would also like to quote when we have the chance for you to go look up Bobby McFerrin's Don't Worry, Be Happy. So that's what she has playing when she had written that. So take note of that. So give it up for Miss Yvonne. We're feeling good up in here at Center for Spiritual Living. So I'm going to give you a seasoned poet, right? Not to say she's getting her seasoning together, right? She's still a crunchy vegetable poet. But we are going to bring her coming to the stage. She is just more than just a spoken word artist. An artist encompasses so many different things, just the word alone. She's a fantastic friend of mine. She be poeting, she representing the Rock the Mic brand. So ladies and gentlemen, start clapping. Give a warm welcome for MORI TAIYE.
Mike's in the right spot. Hello. So I'm happy to be here and to share. And yes, like she was saying, an artist all types, but you're seeing this space today. And I figured I'll share two pieces with you to kind of explain the thin line between love and hate. So it's two different ends of the spectrum. Hopefully we'll paint two different pictures, but you realize the commonality between both stories, right? And that's really what it is. It's bringing the heart to the soul of what you're saying, and the words. Words are very important and powerful, strong. So first piece is, all I can do is write. So there's like this particular piece, when I wrote this, I was so infatuated with this guy, and I used to go to this diner. And the cook, he's always asking when scrambling eggs if he changes his mind. And I'm always saying no. That's what I always say instead as I stare into the window. Writing when I know that I want you, but all I can do is write. And try to touch you each time I spit into the mic these words from pen to paper. Even when they're wrong, please feel that they're right. Need to make you feel how I feel inside, but that's like playing the lottery, isn't it? Even when you take a chance again, when you still come up empty-handed, and so I write how I won't waste one sound, one syllable, 1 second, my love letters, addressing you with each letter of the alphabet. Figuring out how to write, I want you in every language. My lips have been tainted by the essence of you, and yes, my mind is blown. Could only imagine what could follow. This is what you have sown, my poetry, inspiring words like I want to feel the heat from your rising sun. Kiss the zenith until it begins to rain and change the color of your sky. Can we play like fireflies, dancing in each other's light and a glow, radiating from the depths of our soul, a fire that will keep on burning so bright, a light that will never diminish or dim. Your breath is the breeze on my skin. There's no need for confrontation. Touch should be the only communication that needs to be heard, floating through your ocean. I try to drown myself in your smell, just to keep the memory of you going, so the flow of my words will keep on flowing like water. Quenching my poems thirst, I wonder what your soul is like, so I imagine a kiss. How God can make nectar so sweet from your lips, fermenting my thoughts, drunk with lust. Wanting your touch so bad, my skin is crawling hard, questioning if only you could hear the unspoken words and what they would say to your heart. Do I use thee? Do I not feather your heart and touch its look with mine? To die in thy lap over and over again, to the point that we could never count how many times, reminding me that there is a heaven very deep within your eyes, how I would taste you and say it quietly, like whispering your name is engraved in the veins in the back of my skin. The compressed skin each time I write until my pen begins to bleed. Black and white wide-ruled fantasies as if a vampire needing to feed on the need of your flesh. Dripping your dreams from the corner of my lips. Never knew temptation to soak through fingertips, and I'm still thirsty. This yearn has got to be blasphemy. Kill me in your sunlight. Harness the sunshine and give darkness no chance to fight, even though I'll try to fight it. To find my stance and outright deny to the point that kissing you would be like committing suicide, but I welcome that death. Like branding the star of David across my chest. I would fight for that feeling of being human again. Continuing phrases to get you out of my system. A walking, talking poem and constant vision. And the cook again, if he asks me one more time if this guy will change his mind. All I can say is, I don't know, man. All I can do is write. Activation can be serious, right? It's amazing the things that you write when you're actually like wanting someone, and especially when they don't know that you want them. Nobody can read your head, right? It's amazing to come in your head. So this other piece is called Flowers, and it's the other side of love. It's the part of love where it can go for the wrong if you allow it or you allow somebody else to do it. So this is actually a conversational piece. I would say if you know somebody in a situation, it doesn't matter what sexual orientation, gender, whatever, please help. Gives me flowers. He tells me that he loves me every Sunday night. They seem to last much longer without sunlight. And how can I let go of you? He loves to give me. He keeps giving me flowers. Tells me that he loves me every Sunday night. It seemed to last much longer without sunlight. And how can I let go of you? He loves to give me. He keeps giving me flowers. He loves to give me flowers on birthdays. 2 a.m. on a Tuesday because he couldn't sleep. He became the pigment in my skin. I love him. We would stare at each other's eyes, call each other for no reason. I would smell his pillow at night. He would hold me to sleep like a pillow. We would dream together, and the flowers he continued to give me never needed much sun in the weather. It changed sometimes, but I was the umbrella to protect him from his insecurities, and we would hold hands and walk for hours. His promises and his smiles would hold so much power, and the flowers he still gave me never needed much water. It seemed to last longer without sunlight, and after a while, I never bothered to open the blinds. I was too afraid to see the truth in the bathroom mirror. Depression, and the last thing on your list is a shower. So maybe the stench will keep him from raping me every other night, and he still gives me flowers, like an affirmation award that maybe I deserve this. So maybe I do deserve this. A glutton for punishment always did have a high tolerance for pain. They say that God made women to bear the stress of this world. So maybe I was born to feel the brunt of his pain. The game was to see how many tears I'd actually cry. He would yell, "Go cry me a river, cry baby." Amazing. How the same hands that would hold me could feel like hammers coming through concrete. Sometimes all you need is one good hit to nail it. That was his 2 a.m. on a Tuesday when he couldn't sleep. My body was his masterpiece. He showed God how beautiful broken blood vessels in his arrangement could look like. Knuckle prints to my eyes so deep that makeup could never hide the frowns that increase my smile. It's mentally draining to stay positive in a negative situation when a negative, it keeps pounding my face and I walk alone now. To this corner shop. I see my reflection through the window. Remembering how you love to give me flowers, but not like these pink and purple carnations on my face. Tulips red. Clusters of bonnets on both thighs, purple violets punched into my eyes, and you still say I'm beautiful. Like these bouquet of flowers I see through the window. Red peaks, purples, and blues, but my abdomen has much deeper hues comparing the lines on the leaves to the scars on my back, the lilies on my shoulders, the palms around my neck. I'm this beautiful broken bouquet of flowers waiting for your petals to fall. I'm gonna buy you these flowers. Hopefully, it will remind you. He gives me flowers, tells me that he loves me every Sunday night. Thank you very much for listening to me one time.
Give another round of applause to Ms. MORI. All right, now we have one of our newbies that are going to come up to the stage for the first time doing poetry, I believe. So I want you to make sure you give him a thunderous round of applause, make him feel welcome when he gets up here. Introducing the one and only NEWNIE.
Good evening. This one is about a spiritual experience. I was amazed, astonished, mesmerized, and dazed. Yes, I believe that all things work together in the highest good for me. When I think about it, what it means to me, everything and nothing. Consider space. Now you see, all in all, everything to nothingness desired, nirvana inspired. Apprehending it visually, water through fish gills is my preeminent similitude. Somehow it seems screwed for the thought, because it's something. Nothing so imminent, indubitably magnificent. Serendipity could only allow my palate to inadvertently receive it to be strongly unctuous. The concept it is an intoxicating mood. As everything bubbles up, everything striving to subdue everything. In need of it, an existential antidote. For all the clouded thoughts of life, choose but a vapor. More cool, less choke. I need it. Untangible it may be. More of it, yes, all of it. I know it is happening in the highest good. Thank you.
Thank you. Give another round of applause for NEWNIE. You inspire new stage names and stuff. Poetry make you get brand new. That's NEWNIE on the mic over here, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to keep moving right along. This was a very fulfilling workshop. I'm glad to see that you guys have come up with some things. And poet right here, we go way back, like 4 flats on Cadillacs. Yes, that's right. You have to check them out, make sure you can see us to get in touch with these awesome poets with the events and things that they do outside the poetry world. But ladies and gentlemen, please start clapping. Give a warm welcome for Will SERI'US.
Greetings. How's everybody doing? Everybody all right?
Yeah.
I'm high energy. You might have to excuse me. I'm just happy to be alive sometimes. You know how it is. Can we make some noise? Can we high five our neighbors? Can we just high five your neighbor? High five your neighbor. Just high five your neighbor. Just high five your neighbor. Yes. Getting the spirit of things. Yes. My name is Will SERI'US. I bring greetings all the way from Miami-Dade County. This is actually a beautiful thing because, you know, watching you guys reminds me of my first time on stage. So, and I've been doing poetry for about 12 years here in South Florida. But I kid you not, every time I step on stage, I'm nervous. It may not seem like it, but I am nervous. But I'm a firm believer that that nerve will remain as long as you continue to love what you do. So, again, I guess it's a good thing. So let's get into this form. So refuse to be classified as a political refugee. Have you ever heard the late night cries of a battered woman? When night falls and hope no longer exists. Repeated moans traveling from her soul deep enough to feel her pain through your bones. Can't tell the difference between love and hate. Why? Because the man she hates only speaks love when he penetrates her thighs and confiscates her pride, backbone out of place. This woman never learned how to stand up for herself. Self-esteem buried beneath closed fists, low blows exposed, a lost child miscarried 3 months ago, just another Brenda who had a baby. How could a woman put up with so much? I can see the fear in her eyes, contemplating suicide, but her heart often wonders whether the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, so mentally she can't quit. So she stays. And underneath his arms she lays, praying for better days. See, the past was like it never existed. But the physical scars were a constant reminder that this woman had been abused once or twice before her days. Thoughts of black history repeated itself. I can only imagine Harriet Tubman guiding her beneath that tunnel. Only this time they escaped the truth that were buried alongside the regrets, you know, between the lies that were supposed to be covered up in order to keep her warm. See, the truth is, she was in the midst of her storm, pulling and tugging as if she wasn't at the end of her rope. You know, it's hard to reach for the stars when your own family won't even give you the time of day. Now they say blood is thicker than water. Well, what happens when Red Cross says you and stop sponsoring your blood drive? An imperative disconnection from your lifeline, and you flatline from that one relationship that you thought was supposedly built on trust. See, the truth is most relationships don't last when it's built on lust. Imposing my frustration through these pens, I'm asking, what does my thoughts begin? Writer's block. I'm in a room serving up stressing. See, when your mind goes, dreams don't appear at night. And every step you take seems to expose another unpaid bill, drawing you into another unproductive year, and your shit becomes a little harder to steer. I know because I'm an example of a steel pipe. I've been held down for so long that the phrase sky's the limit just didn't sound right in the word hope. But that left me at the age of 3, so I know what pressure feels like. But a soundbite of Langston Hughes wrote me an old poem and reminded me what a dream dies. Life ain't nothing but a broken winged bird that can't fly. So if you fall down, you can get back up. It's like every pen stroke leads me to a place of confession. And Lord knows I'm not trying to miss out on my blessings, so converting back to Christianity became my new occupation. Just a temporary solution to ease these frustrations. So Father, forgive me, for I know I have little patience. You want to know the real me? Well, the Bible facing step into my congregation. See, the truth is I was in the midst of my storm, pulling and tugging as if I wasn't at the end of my rope. The truth is, stage claps helps me to stay afloat. So I progressed and became the captain of my own boat. Erased my mistakes and perfected my pen stroke. All eyes on me, because this is the realest poem I ever wrote. This piece, well, this piece was written for those who believe in first, second, and third chances. See, no one said survival would be easy. It's all about seasons. Create your own legacy. Be known as the one who threw the most blows and not the one who accepted the most hits. You see, I refuse to quit because thanks to poetry and your support is the reason why us poets actually continue to do this. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
How y'all feel? Y'all like what we got so far? Let me hear some more noise. Y'all like what we got so far?
Bringing up our second newest family member to the poetry scene, I need the biggest the biggest applause until she get all the way up here to this stage. We need applause until she get to the mic. Y'all make some noise for Miss Anna. Let's go. Keep it back on, keep it back going. Keep it back going. Yes, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. I like Miss Anna, but that was my name that I moved to the South. In New York, I was just Anna, but it was nice to be called Miss Anna. So that's my new name. And it's called Skitty Daddle. It's a tribute to Trevor Norton. There was joy in his heart and rainbows and skittles popping into his mouth as he walked light-footedly in the dark. The skittles in his pockets bounced off each other as his hood hovered over his dark curly hair, keeping him warm behind him a person, feeling infringement on his territory by a hoodie friend so slight, just walking and popping the skittles. A loud shout rang out into the dark air, smoke billowing out, with the sometimes hooded Dyke knew not who the hoodie was, nor did he care. He was just a hoodie. Just a hoodie hitting the ground with a loud thud. A hoodie in black, ooh, or white? Too dark to see its night. Nor did the night care. He was just a hoodie. He lay there, his body motionless, his life oozing out in a puddle of rich red blood, never to make his mark in the world. Struck down one night by suspicion, his intent unknown to the marksman, who left the scene filled with rage and contempt, nor any thought about his actions.
Thank you. Give it up for Anna again.
Miss Anna right there. That's Miss Anna.
That's Miss Anna.
Yes.
It's true though. But see, that lets you know how inspirational that the workshop was. She was able to go and write something for Trayvon Martin. That is completely awesome sauce. That's how you are pendulous. So, we keep going on, right?
Yeah.
You just make some noise for yourself for coming out here this evening. You can be anywhere but you're here. Gentlemen poets, poets. I get on my being called crunchy vegetables. I think that's kind of cool to get those steamed good. Okay. The pepper. Okay, so I'm gonna call this next poet up to the stage, right? This poet, let's see, rain, water, right? So that means that it's gonna be some nurturing, right? Coming out of water. Water is life, right? So she's an awesome writer. She has a lot of artist things because we're artists. We're just poets that just encompass that word artist, right? She's smiling. I can't see anything up here, but I see her smile through the crowd right now. So ladies and gentlemen, start clapping. Give a warm welcome to Rain the artist.
Hey, you ain't never lied. Hey, I'm almost to it. You never lied.
I told you it was invisible. That first step is invisible.
I'm a little person.
You got it?
This is the biggest issue I have on the stage. Being a little person. There we go. Thank you. I never really know what to say in between poems or before a poem or anything. I'm just gonna do it. Joseph, Jeremiah, Moses, you chose us to choose us. Bruised us not to lose us. Cruel love, they judge with misguided eyes. Thinking that we cry because we feel forsaken, but we've taken love the way you give it. Real and uncensored, and maybe the way of living, the way of giving like you. Ourselves to the cause hurt for us all, glorifying the redeeming God of our false son of sons, only our wounds, cleaning our wounds, inviting guests of your choice, necessary silent noise. Hiding headphones so we phone home planner, demand my submission. However you can get it, use me, Lord. Sacrificial refugee, hiding your children in a cloak to bring them to your safe haven, tumbling to your ingredients, reverse law of motion, sending goods you gave back up to be made perfect. So they portray the full display of their purpose, piecing together things that's perfect, for calming things like the need for knowledge regarding puzzles you've already solved. Wines fall, blinding so that you are my cane, and I lean on you to stay sane, feel for whom remains the same gracious texture. Listening for lectures, pray for my soul. Senses, please guide me. And concurrently hide me from spirits that look like a version of time me. Bound to yesterday, I declare today my commitment for your presence. Present presentation in so many words saying, I'm yours. I need to be. I plead to be kept. Constantly, regular running with your power, hour by hour, glory addiction like the present second. I need fixing. Around the clock, never love, don't stop. Ain't it a bad this crime of passion, killing anything that will happen to step in my way on this path I'm racing to you. And when I play amnesia, excuse me, it's always hard to talk to God in front of an audience. You know, that's a hard thing.
You got it.
Labor love, don't stop. Ain't it a bed this crime of passion, killing anything that so happens to step in my way on this path I'm racing to you. And when I play amnesia, orchestrate a reality check, so I pay attention, see away close attention, and respect your supervision and precision, and give it all to your greatness. Straighten every wrinkle. Iron out the wrinkles in my faith that every way make me straight, make me stay a believer. One so sure you'll never leave her, one that fights hard not to please her flesh. Efforts to press on, leaving behind doubt to preferably shout, Savior, you are, you can, you are that I am in love with. Affection made public out of the box, this shack no longer seeks comfort. I search to be a songbird. That was the first piece. I seem accessible when I'm swimming in a cesspool of positivity, giving me gliding while grinding, wildly shining on everything. I give dreams to the insomniac, giving for productivity, praying to see signs of ability. I carry peace in my face, at whatever pace the waves raise me, forgiveness in my stomach, I that just silent apologies, and some part of me call to lost hearts. Too inviting, it seems. It screams the high mountains into the darkest caves, reaching the bare backs of bodies, the sight of souls. Like meditating, living for the zombies that can't quite catch control and feel me close enough to hold. Taking me back to their childhood with them, forcing me to watch the reenactment of why or what they become, standing guard on their merciless merry-go-round. I played to a soldier. Taking a hit every time I didn't stand in front of the bow, rallying to the belt used to betray him. They ride, vowing to stay him. I guarded in vain, showing off imperfect boots and improve pain. I hurt too. I cry at the suckling sound that sings my name. Why can't I save him? Always too late. An 8 months of found vanished, feasting on flickering flames, things of promising progression, pressing like clockwork on my patience and aggression, soliciting submission. He follows me home to my trophy case and chest of block days on repeat. They responsibly project themselves in whatever capacity the light propels, shaping runners or wishes of monkey wrenches and vicious cycles. It's rejection, lacking perspective. Respective places, every time I face it, I sit, look up, and ask it, what can I do to make it better? Can I take off my sex appeal for you, Mr. Monster? Will switching my dress code make you harmless? Can I harness my pretty and hide it in my pity for you? How do I heal you? You can't be fixed. How do I ignore the guilt that Please don't me. Just stay 6 feet away. I'll watch you watch me if you promise not to touch. Keep your hands to yourself and I won't tell. I'll accept your threatening eyes and twisted hate mail. I'll still love mail. Stop bells to my legs and hands for you to hear. If I do anything but stand fearlessly, watch the wheels in your white van and trust me with my innocence again and again. Keep your distance. This time, jump me in, handed me off to like-minded friends, and I genuinely defend energy like yours. Contrary to the idea that I heal in spite of, I heal because love loosens me from your trap of the trip. I know you use it. Use your invasiveness with a twist to make them taste this like a rapist. I get into it. Intrusive, thanking God, but I know you handed me the gift to sit, to pray for greatness. So you come in the way, but freezing the headlights like just go wrong before it's right and feels right, feels like you gave me life. This one, the one where I see over things and fly with speed like a hawk every time I fly from under your broken wing. I keep something with me. S&M find my strength when you with me, and I like it. Triumphant exhale, tell of a phoenix, spread these ashes on these pages. I've told this story before, but not in this way, and I'm blazing. The signs in the fire says that you're done haze and spring up flowers from the pavement. This is the movement. Especially if two or more are moved by it truthfully, I never wanted to live like this. Peace. Nonetheless, when I hear it calling me, I will not ignore you. No apologies. Thank you.
Done.
Okay. Give it up one more time for Rain, the artist. I think it's an amazing thing where we can just internalize different experiences that we have and then push them to a place where we never thought we could. And one of those places is the page. And then to then incorporate the skills that so many people fail to utilize that they can to make them more powerful and put it on the stage. It's a beautiful thing, so thank you so much for that poem. We're going to move along again, bringing back up to the stage my guy in the corner, looking smooth criminal. Give it up, one round of applause for Mr. NEWNIE.
Just got out the bag now.
If I were smart, there would be no question consistency is key. Fairly described and accurately defined, consistency is conformity. Blatant hypocrisy tends to make Mother Nature and stuff the growth of evolution by appeasing any social institution or system thereof in this world. I'll let that be. Still, ebb and flow, I gotta go, moving on up, sending it forward and more towards the unapologetic me. Compelled by the intelligence that causes things to be, the still old lady had virtue. As I sat there waiting for bus 22, short steps impending, but the spirit was cute, capital C like compassion. All the while to myself I'm asking, what will she ask me? I have nothing to give. Now in this moment they renewed in my mind. I can clearly see blindly conformed. I found a mitigated audacity to internally utter what she asked me. Indiscriminately she spoke quick in my spirit, and then I awoke to realize she had something to give to me. The words were rich, so priceless I could never afford if I had to pay. Silver and gold could not atone as legal tender for my debt to spirit. For free love and kindness, what shall I render? If I was smart, when I saw her coming, I would have looked, nodded, and turned my head. You know, at the bus terminal, you just gotta say no, because it'd be the same old crazy shenanigans. But, what's new? One of these old days, maybe things will change. I am becoming real. God, please let me never forget moments like these. Ever reminding the walking spirit comes with these. Please keep me humble at heart with no desire to ever appear smart. Moving forward, I'd like not to miss my heart.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for NEWNIE again. I'm just telling you. He's snapping clap is not our feet. So I want to bring a poet that Mosey on in here because we did post it as an open mic. So hopefully whoever will come so you guys can get this extra poetry energy. Social media is powerful, right? When it's used correctly. So this will be my first time hearing this poet perform. And I think it's going to bring some fire, so hold on to your seats, okay? Get inspired before we bring up our next poet. Ladies and gentlemen, start clapping and give it up for Salam the poet.
How's it going, people? So, this is our first time meeting me. I go by the name of Salam the poet. I'm from Chicago. I just moved here probably like 5 months ago. Yeah, so this piece is about Chicago. So how many pieces back here?
You got one.
Alright, so this piece is called Harvey Dent. I got Batman fans. Raise your hand if you're a Batman fan. Alright, so if you know anything about Batman, one, Gotham City and Chicago are pretty much like synonymous in ways. And then there's a villain on there named Harvey Dent, but turned into Two-Face. So yeah, trigger warning. Can I trigger warning? So, but allow me to give you space real quick. They said I'm from a city full of savage niggas. I said no, I'm from a city full of crafty and savvy figures. See, we making businessmen out of drug dealers. We carry our city on our back so our shoulders bigger, but we pay no mind to Atlanta because our hawks stay realer. Yeah, we be home to pimping. We got sharks and canes, highways with congested lanes, and skyscrapers with big names. Rooted here from cubs to full-grown bears. My city take a little boy, then we turn him to a grown man. Cause I'm from the city where parties turn to freak shows and brains get blown out from looking through the peak hole. I'm from the south of Chicago, and Lucky's trying to come up off winning off the lotto. See, we was bred in Chirac. Most people don't like that, but check, I do. They can write it in stone, cause these cold hearts in my city ain't got nothing on our winners. So if you're from here, I'm gonna tell you double up on your white socks. Depend on them to hold you 10 toes down as you put your left foot in front of your right foot, then walk with me through the city of shot where the vultures be. Yeah, vultures be various cats. They posted on your block with their hats cocked. Not in salutation, but declaration of certain creeds. Creeds ranging from GD to BD, Latin King to BPSN, but y'all can rest assured these ain't no PBS kids. These just PTS kids, they embryo, they were stress kids. Like all they know is drill. While the nation telling cops, hands up, don't shoot, guess what we tell each other? Boy, hands up, empty your pockets, cause I will. This is a robbery, please don't make this a murder. My city put on numbers unheard of with the murder rate. But actually why we do it, we're gonna tell you it's simple. It's a rat race for the paper chase. So what they expect us to do, hell yeah, we gonna act like crabs in the bucket. So if he got a chain, he better tuck it. Or she got a man, fuck it. We invented thoughts, so ain't no cuffing. That's why we said fuck 12. They said my city was going to hell. We said thanks a lot to Romy Manuel. Calling us a false confession capital, making us guilty until proven innocent, but that was too much paperwork, so cowards like Van Dyke clapped at you. But it ain't our street though, I'm from a city where beats flow. We go to Clio on Tuesday nights for our ghetto gospel. Where young Chicago authors be the apostles who baptize us in a lagoon of lyrics. Where Maggie worked daily to make sure that after school mattered. Where King took a brick to the head and stood firm when everyone else scattered. Before Barack hit the White House, I could merch, he stayed down the street from my boys John and Mike House. So when the media hates us and they ask about my city, I tell them like, no, we the greatest. So don't believe the masses. I mean, it's no coincidence, right? We was home to Cassius, but too cold to preserve clay dirt. So we grew our roses from concrete. Believe me, I've seen this. We was built for this shit. I got rigidity in my double helix. We built my city from the ashes. You can't tell me I'm not a phoenix. Cause we shine brightly when it's cloudy. Powerful when we come together. We go shut this city down. Hell no, Trump couldn't rally. So I go hard for mine. So when we talk about my city, heard you talking about me. So when they gripe about it, I tell them pipe down about it and watch us shout about it. Because you're going to hear it from Boys Town to the Billiken, from Cicero to the shore. We shout that shit loudly. We fucking Chicagoans. And we say that shit proudly. Salam the poet.
Hi.
Yes, give it up for Salam the poet again. That was awesome. We believe our spoken word, you can say whatever you want to say in that creative, expressive way. You get the point. You feel it. I do other kind of poetry too. My mom says, if you say those words with meaning, I won't wash your mouth out with stuff. You know, so it just works out that way. So we're gonna keep it moving right along. That was an awesome poem. We'll keep moving right along to another boy that was in our workshop, and I just love the energy that is floating around. And she's gonna come read her poem with conviction. But I think I'm gonna do a poem before I bring it up here, right? So this one is called "Is It Lost?" Right, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess I'll get into it and figure out what it's about. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Is it lost? Because I feel like going in. Hair weaves, lace fronts, Jordans, fresh Dickies and Banshees. An eighth of good. EBT cards to buy food to make and sell. Officers in uniforms gliding on a float, can't wait to get off. Same thing every year. Pull out the stick, random shots, random man down, pregnant teens, little dirty kids running around, speakers blaring loud profanity. 26's, bitch. Oh girl, he do taxes and she works at KODs. All at a parade to celebrate how proud it is to be black and free. Free from bondage of the stereotype from the above mentioned. We shall overcome. But can we overcome a label that we've sewn to our own clothes? Our own race rebels with ignorance. The man stands back and crosses his arms and laughs because we are the only ones keeping ourselves down. Do you look around? Did you look around? Hate crabs unite with a plan to tip the barrel over instead of stepping on each other. Is it lost? From what my mama said, there was a time when music was something that you can turn to for a wealth of knowledge. Now I can learn how to cook up and chef up some crack, flip it and triple it just like that. How to take your girl and destroy your world. And by giving up my loving, I'm rewarded with diamonds and pearls. Is it lost? I'm losing my brothers to the system, making them slaves to recidivism. Turn loose that slave mentality. We create stigmas as black people every single day, stunting our own growth in every single way. Civil rights leaders worked hard to pass the torch. This messed up generation thinks passing the torch is fire for the spliff. Now let's take a historical trip. Miss Tubman carried a rifle not just for protection, but for detection. Miss Tubman carried a rifle not just for protection, but for detection and deception of the niggas with no triggers. Who would run tell master that? I'm pretty sure there were a lot of Jane Does, but you know how that story goes. Crabs in a barrel. We think we're the minority, but we're the majority. Sisters segregating themselves for status quo sororities. 15-year-olds explaining how to step on the key. Half these niggas out here don't know the philosophies of Socrates. Oh my, oh me, is it lost? Depiction of the addiction of all fake everything. The man stands back and says that's why you can't get these niggas anything. Ghetto was a word made for Jews, unless you read about the Holocaust, it would tell you that. Keep a secret from my people in a book. Not in your Barnes and Noble's nook. Or 16 bars from where the pop smokes hooks. My people, take a look. Take a look. Search within yourself and tell me, can we unite? Can we unite? Or is it lost? Is it lost? Or is it lost? Alright?
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna keep it moving right along into our poet that was in the workshop, ladies and gentlemen. She's getting ready, she's taking my mask off. So this is a new one. This inspiration has led to stage names, y'all. I am just saying. So she is proud. The lion, hear her roar. Start clapping, ladies and gentlemen, for Karen the Leo.
Thank you. My birthday's Monday, that's why I'm celebrating. Okay. This poem came out of the workshop, and the workshop was absolutely one of the best experiences, and I hope we have it again soon. And Anna and Noah and I are going to hopefully get together and keep writing. This is called Invisible. Can you see me? I feel invisible to the world, in the mirror, price we pay for bestowing our gift of caregiving freely to the world. When you live for two, someone has to disappear. And even though I may be standing here, there are two people buried in that grave. Can you see me? Or is the armor that I wear impenetrable? Vulnerability is a weakness that I cannot afford. My chainmail shirt is constructed of regret, lack, sadness, sorrow, grief, forgiveness, love, memories, some joy, words unasked, and questions left unanswered. All of this together keeps my days, together haunts my days and keeps my nights, disrupted. Sorry. Can you see me? Or is that phone blocking your mind from any real life engagement? Mocking me for my lack of social media skills and diminishing our potential at human interaction without Zoom merely diminishes you. See, I can actually communicate with anyone, face to face. Can you say the same thing? Or do you prefer your electronic mode? Can you see me? Is there a pinprick of light in these windows to the soul? Or will the darkness drown me before the phoenix can be awakened? Friends, look through me, then away. Family sees only yesterday. What more can I say? I have misplaced my joy, and I don't remember the rules of the game of life. Can you help me? Can you see me? If so, take my hand, pull me out of this quicksand, and pull me onto the dry land. Let me catch my breath and see what's next. I've heard it said that God will meet you wherever you are. So here I am, Lord. I am weary, exhausted, and empty of my heart and soul. Please tell me, God, can you see me? And I have a quote to just sort of end it. The worst sin towards our fellow creatures is not to hate them, but to be indifferent to them. That's the essence of inhumanity. George Bernard Shaw. Thank you.
Give it up one more time for Carol Neal. All right, we're coming to the close, so I just want everybody to say short poem.
Short poem.
I want everybody to say short poem.
Short poem.
I want everybody to say short poem.
Short poem.
I've been a witness to some things lately. People not acting like themselves lately, walking dead type creatures crazy like androids, cyborgs dressed in the same style of a back alley brownstone in 1993. All like pick up your mind type creature. I thought you dropped it a while back. I just wanted you to know that it never lacked. It was still here, still lurking, still thinking, still working. We all hold heartache in our chest and chains. We are all gridlock rocking the purple rain, grit and malice in our tussle. We are all Milton and Malcolm's muscle branded into my skin, the sweet scent of victory when my words cover this world like a good sheet. Listen, your heartbeat
of your individuality is humming inside your chest and it's waiting to be set free, free from decree to belief. You could be the most of nothing they can accomplish to be. Take the reins, fame the name, double cross over back pocket, dream defer the game and be the change when no one is left. And what's man-made is not left for man to make. Be the change you've always been destined to be. For me, just be you. Thank y'all so much.
We appreciate y'all for coming out tonight. All the group and time, L.Michele coming to the stage. I just want to say thank you for everybody who supported, everybody in the room. Thank you so much for coming. Hopefully you will come back to another workshop and drop the mic. If you want to find us, you can get on our website. We have t-shirts and merchandise available. We are working on workshop number 2 for the future. So if you are interested, go see Lucky Maria right here on the left. And we will go make it happen. Thank you so much. It was an amazing performance. We loved it. Thank you guys so much.
I just want to say thank you again too. This was an awesome workshop. Yes. Say that you want to come back. We can do another one. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. See you on the next one.